Rama's messenger brings you this sacred signet ring
May the gods protect and guide you, brave Vanara.
to save humanity and restore order. The Lord of the universe prepared to descend.
Protect the righteous on earth.
He would soon take birth as a mortal prince. On this sacred morning, the ancient city of Ayodhya is reborn.
An age-old prophecy is finally fulfilled. Behold, my lord, the light of our dynasty.
Here, the princes learned that a ruler's true strength lies in Dharma.
We will guide and protect this, master.
For leadership requires not just power, but boundless compassion. Ayodhya stands as the radiant heart of Kaushalya. I need young Rama our sacred rituals. He is just a boy. It is his destiny. Thus begins the epic. Rama, defend Dharma and protect this sacred land. In the heart of Mithila, a divine challenge awaits. Young Rama steps forward to lift the legendary bow of Shiva. Destiny is fulfilled as Sita chooses her lord. Ayodhya's journeys to deepest sorrow.
Grant me the 2 boons you promised.
I cannot bear this grief.
I accept my exile, father. I will walk by your side.
I will never leave you. Lakshmana is a better match for you. Stay with Sita and protect her.
Lakshmana, help me! Go, Lakshmana!
You cannot stop me!
Rama, save me!
Rabbachari, Rab Samathi Aak in the Krana. Why, Rama? I will find Sita. May Dharma guide you. Remember your divine strength, Hanuman. You alone can cross this vast ocean. Hanuman arrives in the splendid capital of Lanka. Rama's messenger brings you this sacred signet ring.
May the gods protect and guide you, brave Vanara.
I shall deliver your message. I respect this celestial power. Restore the goddess and avoid war. Hanuman escapes, setting Lanka ablaze.
Ramachandra will come soon.
He returns with Sita's token. I will rescue you, Sita. I seek refuge at your feet, O Rama. I accept you. Fear not, Vibhishana. Build a bridge across my waters, O Lord. Lord Rama's forces reach Lanka, initiating a war to restore righteousness. The siege begins as Dharma clashes with Adharma. On the plains of Lanka, the battle raged. Rama's arrow brought low the giant. Hanuman flies for the saving herb. The dawn of the final day arrives. Driven by pride, the Lord of Lanka stands alone. A single arrow restores cosmic balance.
Joy to the rightful king!
Behold the dawn of Rama Rajya.
Imagine waking up as the heir to an empire, only to find out by sunset that your home, your wealth, and your future have been entirely erased. How do you respond when the floor falls out from under you? The Hindu deity Vishnu incarnated as Rama to face these exact trials. For over 3 millennia, his life has been studied as a map for moving through total collapse without losing one's moral center. The reverence for his life spans thousands of years and radiates outward. He appears in the sacred texts of Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, shaping the cultural architecture of all of South Asia. He is known as Maryada Purushotama, the ideal man. In the ancient epic, the Ramayana, this ideal is tested through the reality of his tragic human circumstances, grounding his divinity in a struggle for survival. The Epic of Rama provides a 3,000-year-old framework for navigating impossible moral quagmires. Rama's early life follows a royal trajectory. He enjoys a privileged education and martial arts training, and marries a princess named Sita after proving his strength by breaking the divine bow. Then the story breaks. Days before Rama is supposed to be crowned king, his stepmother, Kaikeyi, cashes in an old promise from the current king. She demands her own son be placed on the throne, and that Rama be banished to the dangerous Dandaka forest for 14 years. This ultimatum introduces Dharma, the extreme tension between fulfilling a familial obligation and pursuing personal ambition. Rather than sparking a civil war, Rama makes a deliberate choice. He voluntarily exiles, surrendering his political power. True virtue often demands honoring obligations over comfort. Sometimes doing the right thing means knowing when to walk away from power. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana adapt to a quiet life in the woods, but that peace is shattered when a demoness attacks them. The ensuing conflict spirals out of control, culminating in the demon king Ravana kidnapping Sita and taking her to his island kingdom. Rama is devastated. He is stranded far from home, completely cut off from his kingdom's military, and lacking the resources to launch a rescue mission. While the impulse to lash out is high, the text lays down a strict rule. A superior being does not render evil for evil. Rama channels his grief into building a deliberate alliance. He travels south, enlists the help of a monkey king named Sugriva, and marshals an organized army led by the commander Hanuman. This approach represents the thinking heart. It requires recognizing your own deep emotional pain, but pairing it with calculated, righteous action to solve the problem. Eventually, Rama, Lakshmana, and Hanuman lead their forces across the sea. They defeat Ravana, dismantle his army, and successfully rescue Sita. The return home brings a new, harsh complication. Public murmurs spread through Ayodhya, questioning Sita's virtue during her captivity. Bowing to public pressure, Rama asks her to prove her chastity. Sita passes the test, but the damage remains. In many regional variations of the epic, the continued gossip eventually leads to Sita leaving or dying of sorrow, leaving the audience to question the morality of Rama's actions. The epic intentionally wrestles with the crushing conflict between a king's duty to his society and a husband's duty to his wife. Even the ideal man must navigate these painful, unresolved compromises. Despite the heavy personal cost, Rama's return to Ayodhya established the period of Rama Raja. It became the historical shorthand for a society that is just, fair, and stable. The joy of his return evolved into Diwali, a massive festival of lights, celebrated by millions globally today to mark the triumph of light over darkness. As centuries passed, the story became a tool for social reform. During the Bhakti movement, leaders like Ramananda used Rama's devotion to champion equality, welcoming people across all castes and genders into a shared spiritual community. Metaphysical texts like the Yoga Vasista later used conversations with young Rama to argue that human effort and conscious action can overcome dictated fate. Rama's enduring power is found in how he carries his burdens and maintains compassion in his darkest moments.
Just think about it for a second. We're diving into the captivating narrative of one single royal exile. Yet this one event rippled outwards to completely shape the cultural, ethical, and artistic ethos of South and Southeast Asia. I mean, from India to Thailand, from these ancient stone reliefs to massive modern autumn festivals, the footprint of this single narrative is just staggering. It's an incredible story of love, kidnapping, war, and deeply agonizing moral choices.
Part 1. The Ideal Prince.
So our story actually kicks off in the ancient kingdom of Kaushalya, right in the capital city of Ayodhya, with the birth of a prince who is destined for unimaginable greatness. And to really get him, we should look at his name. The very name Rama carries these deep linguistic roots that stretch all the way across Indo-European languages. It's derived from the Sanskrit root ram, which signifies someone who brings joy, peace, and delight to the mind. Right from the jump, he is set up as this absolute exemplar of composure and inner beauty.
But, he isn't just your average charming prince. According to Hindu tradition, Rama is actually the seventh avatar, or incarnation of the god Vishnu. And he takes mortal form for a very specific cosmic reason. He has to defeat this invincible evil, the demon king Ravana. Because Ravana had managed to extract a divine boon, making him totally immune to gods and demons, he could literally only be defeated by a human. So the supreme being steps right into the limitations of mortality.
We get to watch this incredible destiny build from the very start. We begin with this polite, educated youth in Ayodhya who is trained rigorously in the ancient Vedas and, of course, in martial arts. And all of this training culminates in a spectacular physical feat in the neighboring kingdom of Mithila.
To win the hand of the brilliant Princess Sita, Rama doesn't just string the massive, supposedly unbendable bow of the deity Shiva. He actually snaps the whole thing in half in the process. It's this hugely triumphant moment, setting him up for a life of perfect royal happiness.
Part 2. Exile and Epic War. Because let's be real, no epic is complete without a massive reversal of fortune. Literally, just as Rama's about to inherit the throne from his father, King Dasharatha, a shocking twist of royal politics drastically alters his fate. Bound by his father's old promise to his stepmother, Kaikeyi, Rama is suddenly stripped of his crown and banished. He maps out a truly grueling 14-year geographical and chronological journey away from his kingdom, deep into the dangerous Dandaka forest. And the wild part? He doesn't fight the decree at all. He just accepts it to uphold his father's honor, trading in his royal silks for ascetic robes. Now, during this long exile, a truly legendary cast of characters emerges. He's joined by his fiercely loyal brother Lakshmana and his devoted wife Sita, who absolutely refuses to stay behind in comfort. Later on in the forest, they end up allying with Sugriva, the Monkey King, and his brilliant, deeply devoted commander Hanuman. Together, this unlikely group has to face their terrifying adversary, the 10-headed demon king, Ravana, who rules the island kingdom of Lanka. And this right here brings us to the real inciting incident of the whole epic. Deep in the forest of Panchavati, Ravana uses a magical, disguised deer to trick Rama and lure him away from his hermitage. In his absence, Ravana kidnaps Sita, sweeping her away across the ocean to Lanka. It is a completely heart-wrenching moment, and it forces our calm, philosophic prince to marshal this massive animal army, build a literal bridge across the sea, and march into a world-shaking war. So Rama prevails. Good defeats evil. Ravana falls, and Sita is finally rescued. But if you think the story wraps up with a simple, happily ever after, well, think again. This leads us into a fascinating, and honestly, an unexpectedly dark narrative pivot. Part 3. Dharma and Moral Dilemmas. We transition now from the physical battlefield in Lanka back to the internal, psychological struggles of our heroes in Ayodhya. And to really understand Rama's next moves, we absolutely have to look at his title, Maryada Purushottama. This translates to the ideal man, or the absolute paragon of Dharma, which means righteous duty. He faces this tension that honestly many of us can relate to on a much smaller scale, trying to balance deep, personal love against uncompromising public duty. As a king, he's the exemplar who continually faces this impossible standard. See, when they finally return to Ayodhya completely victorious, rumors actually start to swirl among the citizens about Sita's time in captivity. Even though she was taken by force, this public gossip threatens the very stability of the kingdom. Rama makes a devastating decision to test Sita's chastity, and in some versions of the text, to ultimately banish her back to the forest. It forces us to confront these deeply tragic moral dilemmas. It challenges us, asking, what is the true cost of absolute public duty? You know, Rama's overarching philosophy is captured perfectly in this ancient verse from the Valmiki Ramayana. Even amidst all this war and betrayal, the text advocates for combining reason with a thinking, compassionate heart. It shows us that true heroism in this tradition isn't just about wielding a mighty bow, it's about maintaining virtue and compassion, even toward the people who cause you harm. Part 4. A multitude of Ramayanas. What makes this epic truly fascinating is that it is absolutely not confined to just a single static book. The story of Rama is a fluid, living tradition. When we compare the sweeping, martial tone of the original ancient Sanskrit text by the sage Valmiki with later adaptations, like the Jain text known as the Pumakarya, we see something amazing. Diverse cultures adapted the legend. They altered names, like calling him Padma, and they completely shifted the ethical perspectives to reflect their own localized values. For instance, in the Jain version, the ethical responses are tweaked to seamlessly match their specific philosophical worldview of strict nonviolence. Over the centuries, the story literally blossomed into hundreds of localized, equally authentic masterpieces. You have Kambar's 12th century Tamil version, which brings its own rich regional flavor. You've got Tulsidasa's deeply devotional 16th century Avadi poetry, the Ramcharit Manas, which transformed the whole story into this passionate expression of spiritual love. You even have Buddhist Jataka tales featuring Rama. It truly is a pan-Asian cultural cornerstone. Part 5. Worship and Cultural Impact. Today, this ancient narrative doesn't just sit on dusty library shelves. It continues to be a vibrant, living force. The sheer global cultural footprint of this story is undeniable. Take Diwali, for example. It's one of the most widely celebrated festivals on Earth. The lighting of lamps during Diwali directly symbolizes the joy of the citizens of Ayodhya, lighting up their city to welcome Rama and Sita home after that dark 14-year exile. It is the literal triumph of light over darkness.
And it goes way beyond festivals. His legacy actually inspires the Ramanandi Sampradaya, which has grown to become the largest Hindu monastic community in modern times, a movement that has historically championed major social reforms. Plus, every autumn, millions of people gather for Ram Leela. It's this mesmerizing UNESCO-recognized performance art festival that enacts the Ramtrit Manas, bringing the text to life in local communities everywhere.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a powerful thought from the Yoga Vasishta. It's a philosophical text structured as a conversation with a young Prince Rama, and it teaches that human effort shapes destiny, not just blind fate. Seeing how Rama used his own agency to face banishment, war, and agonizing ethical choices, I leave you pondering this. How will you use your own self-effort to navigate the complex moral dilemmas in your own life? Thank you so much for exploring the incredible legend of Rama with me today.